Many ages ago, Odin's father Bor battled with the dark elf Melike, who seeks to unleash a weapon called the Ether into the 9 realms. The Ether is yet another infinity stone known as the Reality Stone. Bor safeguards the Ether within a stone column while Melike and his dark elves escape into a suspended state. In present time, due to a rare alignment of 9 realms, Jane Foster is teleported to another world where she gets infected by the Ether. Thor visits Jane and brings her back to Asgard. Melike is awakened and attacks Asgard to find the Ether. Thor asks Loki for help, and with Jane, they head to confront Melike. Melike draws the Ether out of Jane and merges with it after fatally wounding Loki. At the place of alignment, Thor and Melike battle through many worlds. Thor then goes back into time and makes Melike teleport and crash under his own ship. We discover in end that Loki is actually still alive. Asgardian Volstagg and Sif visit the Collector and entrust the Ether to his care. Meanwhile on Earth, Iron Man 3 features Tony Stark gone into restless panic attacks due to his near-death encounter in New York's Avengers mission. He builds dozens of drone Iron Man suits. While trying to uncover the conspiracy behind explosions who had shaken up the city and destroyed his mansion as well, he tries to regain his self-confidence. Once again, the Iron Man suits up and brings down the culprits with the help from the War Machine Rhodes and girlfriend Pepper Potts. We see Tony Stark sharing the story with Dr. Banner in a post-credit scene, bringing us back to the Avengers scenario. Captain America is working on SHIELD missions with Agent Romanoff when Nick Fury is gunned down by a mysterious assassin known as the Winter Soldier. Fury tells Rogers that SHIELD has been compromised. Rogers finds out that since the inception of SHIELD, Hydra has been operating secretly within its ranks and has been killing the targeted SHIELD members, including Howard Stark. To fight Hydra, Rogers and Romanoff seek the help of former Air Force para-soldier Sam Wilson, also known as the Falcon. Rogers discovers that the Winter Soldier is actually his old friend and army colleague, Sergeant Bucky Barnes, who supposedly fell to his death on a mission during World War II but actually was captured and experimented upon by the Hydra. With Nick Fury, who had faked his death, Rogers, Wilson and Romanoff expose Hydra to public. In the final face-off, Rogers refuses to fight Bucky in an attempt to reach out to his friend. Bucky seems to have regained a bit of sense when he rescues an unconscious Rogers before disappearing into the woods. Inside a Hydra facility in Sokovia, scientists experiment by Loki's scepter on the Maximoff twins, Pietro, who has the superhuman speed, and Wanda, who can manipulate minds. The Avengers team raid the Hydra lab and retrieve the scepter. Stark and Banner discover an artificial intelligence within the scepter's gem and secretly decide to use it to complete Stark's Ultron, the global defense program. Ultron, believing he must eradicate humanity to save Earth, eliminates Stark's AI, the Jarvis, and attacks the Avengers. Ultron flees back to Sokovia with the scepter and obtains vibranium from the arms dealer Ulysses Klaue. After a failed attack on the Ultron and global backlashes due to the destructions caused by their missions, the Avengers seek hiding at a safe house. Ultron uploads himself into a newly synthesized body made of vibranium and scepter's power. Upon realizing Ultron's destructive intentions, the Maximoffs leave his side, after which Rogers and Romanoff attack and retrieve Ultron's body. Stark loads Jarvis, who is still operational inside the internet, into the synthetic body. Thor reveals that the scepter's gem is actually the powerful Mind Stone. Thor activates the body and the vision arises. After a lot more of destructive battle in Sokovia, they manage to defeat Ultron. Pietro Maximoff dies and Wanda joins the Avengers team. Guardians of the Galaxy introduces us to Star-Lord Peter Quill, who was kidnapped as a kid from Earth by a Ravager space pirate named Yandu. Peter steals a precious-looking orb for Yandu, but then decides to sell it for himself in Xandar, the capital of the Nova Empire. Gamora and Nebula, who are the adopted daughters of Thanos, are working with Ronan, a fanatic warlord, to retrieve the orb. Gamora attacks Peter to fetch the orb, but in a series of events, they team up with genetically modified raccoon Rocket, tree-like humanoid Groot, and not so wise but powerful man Drax. They meet the Collector and find out that the orb contained an Infinity Stone called the Power Stone, which had immeasurable power to destroy even its wielders. Ronan attacks and seizes the stone for himself, betraying Thanos, and seeks to destroy Xandar. Peter and his team snatches the stone back from Ronan, and together they share the immense power and burden of the stone, destroying Ronan. Thanos, dissatisfied by the failures of his pawns, dons a gauntlet and vows to retrieve the Infinity Stone himself.